Hey, it's on pace right now. Somebody's got to get married in a couple of weeks.
I still have to go.
Yep. Standing right by my side. No big deal. It's going to be great.
Minneapolis broadcast conglomerate.
Yeah. MBC. It's a beautiful thing, LaVelle. Who's pitching the second game today, LaVelle?
I have no idea.
Oh, no.
They probably don't even know.
No.
Yeah.
When you're playing a 7-inning game,
Rich Hill?
it's like, who didn't you pitch in the first game? Have him start the second game.
Is it still supposed to be a true doubleheader, or are we still doing 9 innings for both?
No, 7.
Okay, thank God.
Hold on here. Let me check game notes. All right. Let's see here. What the hell? Game 1, Randy Dobnak.
Yep.
Game 2, TBA.
Oh, no.
Wow. I told you, who's ever got the
no.
freshest arm at what would be the 8th inning?
Going against Tariq Skaboul
Yeah,
in the second
Skaboul,
game.
yep.
10.38 ERA.
God, Matt Boyd's 0-4 to 8.48 ERA.
It's not good. It's not good.
And then the White Sox. Oh, they're home against the White Sox starting Monday. Those are big games.
Oh, man.
Giolito on Monday. Keiko on Tuesday. Ronaldo Lopez on Wednesday.
Ouch.
And they're going to be loaded for bear when they come into town.
Oh, yeah.
They're feeling frisky right now because they're hitting some home runs.
Well, yeah.
They're what the Twins were last year.
Right. Just so close, too. What? Because we got a half-game lead on both them and Cleveland, right?
Yes.
Oh. It's a race.
Mm-hmm. What time's that game?
8? I think it says. So 7? So MLB.
12:10, the first game today.
Yep.
I don't even pay attention anymore to what the TV says. It's never right.
The news?
And tomorrow's
No,
game.
like MLB Network.
Tomorrow's game's at 12:10.
That's beautiful. So you only attend? Do you attend the home games?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Phil Miller covers the Twins too, so we kind of split up the road trips.
Okay.
I knew you were going. Yeah, I listened to you. You were getting interviewed by PA on the road. And
Sure.
Yeah.
I was talking with these guys before, so we got media passes for the Saints.
Yeah.
So we have to let them know
Yeah,
before noonday of my birthday is next Tuesday, and they play the Milwaukee Milkmen. So I thought Greg would like that. So we're gonna go there.
What should we wear, LaVelle, as media members? What should we wear to the game? Should we swag? Should we just drip on them or what?
No swag. Just
Just a polo.
yeah. Thank you. Wear a golf shirt or something, man.
He said he was gonna wear that. I'm
Be
like,
flipping professional for God's sake.
All right. That's why we had you on. That's all we needed you for. There it is.
All right, guys, and then 15 seconds and we're good to go.
Beautiful.
Uncle Lavel's got to tell you to dress.
Yeah, I love it.
God.
Should we drip on them?
I did. I asked
something
Matt.
to
I'm like,
press
what are you gonna wear? He's like, I'm gonna wear this. I'm like, no,
Show
you're
the press box and
not.
a jersey on.
I'm going to
God.
walk in. Just a gold chain, fedora, cane. Come on over here, kids. What's your name? How long you been playing ball? What's your fastball?
What do you get when you put two Minnesotans and a guy from Wisconsin together? Twist. The Weekend Sports Talk. Get ready for some sports chatter where there's sure to be laughing, arguing, and maybe even crying. Now, here are your hosts, Mike Reeves, Matt Benz, and Greg Green Bay Bauman.
Welcome in.
Well, we're not even live, Tevin.
Yeah, we're live on NBC.
Oh,
That's all that matters. We're going to go like that for now, I guess.
Oh, nobody told me.
That's all right.
you weren't paying attention.
That's why we're co-hosts.
When did you guys tell me?
Well, I didn't. I was just sharing the NBC. It's a beautiful day to be here. Whoever's watching. We got a special guest. The man, the myth, the legend, LaVelle E. Neal III.
That is
Welcome
right.
in. It's awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me on NBC.
Yeah, there you go.
So we have episode Meta World Peace.
Is that what episode it is?
37.
Holy cow. We've been doing this for too long.
Ron Artest.
Wow.
Yeah.
You really
like 9
dug
months
into the
into
fun
this.
bag for that one.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It was hard. 37. Are there any good 37s that have been on the Twins?
That's a rough number.
Yeah.
What did Ron Davis wear? Can't remember. Well, you should have asked me to bring my media guide in here. I could have looked up the 37s and
Go back
26s.
to the 70s.
Yeah, the Yankees just gave out the last numbers that had never been used in baseball. Like someone took 86 and another guy took like 83, and it was like the two numbers that had not ever been worn in Major League Baseball history. It was something like that.
86, you know you're getting cut.
Yeah, we're gonna add episode 99. I think that'll be it. No 100s out there ever.
Yeah,
So
we'll
See,
Off the
38's Kurt Schilling, right?
Ooh, there you go, bloody sock.
And 39 would be. Who would be 39?
That's a rough one.
I don't know. I got a website all queued up for every
Cheat sheet.
episode we have.
Cheat
I
sheet
just
it.
go right
There's not even
into
any good
it.
football players. You can't find a good running back with number 37.
No, it's not. It's not a good marketing number.
No.
21, 20, 23, 26, 22.
39 would be a fullback's number in the NFL.
There you go. Mike Allstott.
40.
No, Allstott
Is
was
Allstott.
40. Yes,
He
40
was my
Allstott.
freaking
There
idol
it is.
growing up.
Illinois
Oh.
guy. Come on now.
There he is.
Joliet Catholic.
Oh, no.
So we added a new segment to the show. Tevin, did you find that soundbite? Okay.
Brilliant.
All right. Well, it's
Yellow.
called Play Ball.
Yes.
We're going to get into some questions for LaVelle E. Neal III. He's a beat writer for our Minnesota Twins. When I
beat
say
writer.
our, I'm not talking to Green Bay Greg.
Please mention the Star Tribune, please.
Yes,
Oh,
and the
yes.
Star Tribune.
Yeah, shout out Star Trib.
Yes, sir. All right, so
Especially
question.
because they're letting me expense 57.5 cents a mile.
Yeah,
go.
to get here.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Well,
That's
thanks,
why you wanna
Tribune.
come in.
Well, not here.
Thanks, Glenn.
No, I was just traveling the country, and I said, "Look, I'm driving my car. All right, I don't want to rent a car, and I don't want to be in an airplane.
Right.
And plus, some teams have policies that say if you fly into a city right now, you either have to take a test or quarantine for 14 days.
Right.
So I said, I want to drive my car. And, of course, they immediately shot back and said, you just want to smoke cigars while you're driving. I said, that may be part of it. But still, that keeps me out of a plane and out of someone else's rental car.
You gotta love
So-
that mileage expense. I get
So
that
then
as well.
this happened 2 days ago. I sent an email to the editor. I said, all right, look, we got to work out a deal on expenses because this number's going to get big if you actually allow me to do the full 57.5 cents. And I said, I'll do like half of it, or I'll do like 25 cents a mile. Okay, because I'm not here to gouge the company. Half an hour later, email comes back. Expense 57.5 cents a mile. I was like, I drove to Pittsburgh. That's a 1,700-mile trip. You know how much is that going to cost?
See, Mike over here, he actually gets paid mileage for his job, and I don't think it's that number.
It's 52, I think, right?
No, it's 57 and a half.
Really?
Yeah,
That's okay.
that's the state. For a while, I was getting 54, I think, and it had still climbed up, and finally, I Googled it and looked, and so yeah, 57 and a
Yeah,
half.
so when I leave here, I'm going to go to the office and finish my expense report and gleefully hit send.
Think you aren't?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice. So do you get mileage from here to the office?
No.
Okay.
This is personal stuff. I actually may write this off on taxes.
There
but-
you go. As you should.
Yes.
Perfect.
Definitely.
All right, well, let's fire away with some questions in play ball.
Here we go.
Question number 1. Who is the favorite halfway through the season so far to win the championship?
Right now, I have to say the Los Angeles Dodgers. They are a machine right now. They probably have a starting lineup and a half. They probably got 4 or 5 guys that could probably start on a bunch of other teams.
Right.
And not like Jake Cave starting for the Indians, but I'm saying like quality guys who would actually be everyday forces on their teams. So not to disparage on Jake Cave because I think he's a solid number 4 outfielder.
Yep. Definitely.
But with just Dustin May and Clayton Kershaw is pitching better in that offense, and they have a good bullpen. Kenley Jansen, if he has a hiccup, they can go to someone else like Brudstar Gratterwall, the former Twins prospect.
Right.
So I really like where the Dodgers are at now. And then, I hate to say this in the American League, I like the Oakland A's.
Interesting.
I'm a big A's backer.
Wow.
That team is nice. I love Matt Chapman at third. I love Matt Olson at first. I love Laureano in center.
Yeah.
Simeon is an everyday player. He's a horse.
Yep.
And they got enough offense. The thing about the A's is that their bullpen has 3 guys, I think, who have had experience closing.
Okay.
And but Liam Hendricks, I think, is getting the ball most of the times in the 9th inning right now, former Twin, and they're getting it done, man. I think that's a dangerous team going into the postseason.
And the thing about the A's, too, is that they're such a good team.
Yeah.
It's not just an individual, rising above. It is a team. So
Billy Bean.
There is something to be said about teams in which the whole is greater than the sum of their parts.
Right.
And Oakland's one of those teams.
Definitely.
Yep.
Love it.
So question number 2, you touched on the name. Are the Twins the winner in the Gratterall Maeda trade?
Well, that's a great question. I would say right now they are, because what Maeda has done, and the Dodgers, because they have so many good players, their payroll's been outrageous for the last couple of years. So I think they've been a little payroll conscious, and they saw the Maeda deal in which he starts with a base of $3 million, and then he can make like up to 10 or more by hitting incentive bonuses. And they've come up with reasons the last couple of years to put him in the bullpen. And I think that's irked him a little bit. And I think being traded to Minnesota and having the Twins tell him, you're in our rotation. You're not here to do any of this relieving BS.
Right.
You're going to be in our rotation. I think that's been a thrill for him, knowing that every 5 days or 6 days he's going to be on the mound. They also presented some data on him, because one thing about Maeda is that he has struggled against lefties. And the Twins and their deep diving analytical fortress that they have there threw some numbers at him and said, you need to throw this pitch more often against lefties, to which he was like, really? You want me to throw that pitch? But he's tried it and it's worked.
Yeah.
Okay. And so he's been really effective. And it's just entertaining to watch him pitch, because it seems like he's one step ahead of the hitters all the time. He has three above average pitches.
Yeah.
He has a good sinking fastball. He has a good slider. And his money pitch is that split finger changeup that hitters have trouble trying to barrel up.
Do you think that has a big thing to do with him coming from the NL to the AL and having that leg up on AL batters?
A little bit, but I don't know if it's that big as it used to be, just because of interleague play. And, he's probably run into some of these hitters before. And of course, like the cross-pollination of free agency, and you got guys from the NL signing with AL teams and vice versa. He probably recognizes a bunch of guys,
Sure.
So I think he's got that experience. But right now, he's just firing on all cylinders right now. It's been impressive. And, even before he flirted with the no-hitter, he had that one hitter against the Cleveland Indians, I want to say on August 1st.
Yep.
I believe. And the one hit was like Bradley Zimmer, like beat out an infield hit for like the first hit against him, Right. And he was marvelous in that game. He's just pitching really well right now. But now, let's see. Now, all the scouts sitting at home watching video because they're not at games, are trying to pick away at his weaknesses and try to figure out what his repertoire is and what his sequencing is. And so he's got to guard against that as we go down the stretch.
Right.
So question number 3, when you look at the Twins prospects, will Royce Lewis / Alex Kirilloff be better than Buxton and Sano?
I saw that question when you sent it over to me, and I didn't consider that scenario, but it's an interesting question. Because, Buxton was like the first overall pick in the draft in front of Carlos Correa.
Yep.
And Sano was a highly touted signing by the Twins. And right now, I would say Sano is probably getting to his potential faster than Buxton is. And the problem with Byron is that once he got to high A, double A, he started having injuries. Now, I mean, what's going on in the last couple of years has been going on. And some of it, is from playing the game. I mean, he ran into Mike Voznicka and suffered a concussion,
Yeah.
He had a migraine in Puerto Rico, okay? And by the way, the Twins are as guilty as that lost year as much as anything, because he had a migraine, and the Twins leave Puerto Rico, and they're in Tampa Bay, and they're like, why don't you get a couple swings? Fort Myers is playing at Clearwater, which is less than an hour away from Tampa. Go get a couple swings, and you'll join us when we go to New York. Buxton goes, plays one game, fouls the ball off his foot, breaks his foot. So that just led to this year of turmoil, which ended with the Twins not calling him up in September.
Yep.
And his agent bitching and moaning about him not being called up because they're trying to suppress his service time. You know, it was just like a lost year that all started because of a migraine. Okay, not an injury, not being hit with a pitch or sliding into the base or running into someone. It was a migraine in Puerto Rico. So the guy's kind of snake bit. Mm-hmm. And I got people calling him Hospice 25 on Twitter, and because he's broken down all the time. And I feel bad for the guy because I think if he's healthy and he's in the lineup every day, because he's not like an analytical hitter. He's like a touch and feel guy. He's like I better not say that guy because he's in the Hall of Fame. But he's the type of guy who just goes by feel. So he needs a bat to be in the batter's box so he can see the ball and react to it. He's not a guy who looks at video.
Sure.
Or breaks down stuff. So I still think there's top end talent there. It's just if he stays in the field, you'll see it. But he's not in the field. But Sano, I think, started breaking out last year, and he's making adjustments this year. And I think he's still one of the feared sluggers in baseball right now.
Yeah.
You saw in this last series, when did this road trip start? Was it Kansas State and Cleveland? Yeah. The Cleveland series. Mm-hmm. The Cleveland Indians staff stopped throwing him and Nelson Cruz strikes. They were staying away from those guys off the plate, trying to see if they can get themselves out. That's where Sano's at now. People are like, here comes Miguel Sano. I can't give him anything to hit right now. So I think he's making progress as a hitter. Now, Kirilloff and Lewis.
Yeah.
Royce Lewis's star is not as bright as it was when they first drafted him. Because he's not had like the top-end offensive season that people have been waiting for. And there's a few scouts that still question if he's a true shortstop or not. And the Flames got fanned this offseason when he was at the Arizona Fall League, and because of need, he played at third and at center field and actually looked good doing both. So like, oh, maybe you should move to center,
Right.
So I'm a big Kirilloff guy. I've seen the swing; it's beautiful. The kid can hit. And during real spring training in Florida, I'm sitting there watching Kirilloff and Trevor Larnach bat. And I'm like, okay, these guys are legit. It was like watching like Mario Morneau when Mario wore number 79 in spring training, 12 years ago, or I'm sorry, 16, 17 years ago.
Yeah.
And Morneau when he was just coming up, going, all right, these guys are real. And I see that with Kirilloff. And to a certain extent, Larnach as well. So,
man, seeing Larnach in college smashing the ball, obviously it's a metal bat, but still, regardless, just that swing is so crisp.
And he's a real cerebral hitter. I've interviewed him a couple times, and he really studies the game, and he works hard at perfecting himself, and he knows his weaknesses because he did it in college at Oregon. Was it Oregon?
Yep.
Yeah, Oregon.
Yep.
And he's done it as a pro. That his power is to center, right center. Opposite field. So.
Right.
His power is to the opposite field,
Yep.
and he knew that minor league pitchers are going to start busting him inside. So he's made the adjustment. So he can pull home runs down.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say right now, I'm going to have the Buxton-Sano pairing a little bit ahead of Lewis and Kirilloff.
Okay.
Although I'm high on Kirilloff, I'm nervous about Lewis. Because Lewis hasn't had that big offensive season that says he's going to put up numbers as a shortstop yet.
Right.
I was devastated in 2017, and I'm not a big MLB draft insider, but Hunter Green was on the cover of Sports Illustrated basically touting him as the LeBron James of baseball.
I went to his house.
Did you?
Yes.
And then, we grab Royce Lewis, kind of a who moment.
Sure.
How's Hunter Green doing with the Reds? Is he that can't miss prospect that we missed on?
He's coming up the chain now. He had Tommy John surgery a year ago, so that set back his development. And so now he's getting back on the horse right now. And he was until this started. I don't think he made the Reds 60-man roster, so he's kind of working out on his own. That's the thing that sucks about all this. There's so many prospects across the league who are not playing games because of the shutdown. If they didn't make the 60-man, then it's like a lost year for him of development. It's pretty sad. But Hunter, he's an interesting cat. The fastball's real. I know the Twins brought him in and worked him out, and people on the team and pitchers on the team were saying things like, he's a thrower, not a pitcher, man. He has no pitching acumen, blah, blah. So they were worried about him having the head to be a good pitcher. So I think there were some red flags there that the Twins saw that scared them away a little bit. All I know, I think the guy's incredibly talented. He came across as one of those guys that, when you run into the kid who is in 8th grade just because he has to be in 8th grade, but he probably should be in a freshman or sophomore in high school, mental wise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's bored with that level.
Right.
That's how Hunter Green came across to me when I met him.
That's how I feel on this show.
There he goes. Shots fired.
There he is. Green Bay Greg, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
Yeah, so that's why I came across. It was a cool family. The father is a detective, and he's worked with Hollywood movie stars and stuff.
Sure.
And his mother is an educational consultant, and she makes sure she has international accounts. She helps countries like the Dominican Republic and not Puerto Rico. Other countries make sure they have basic school needs. So she's
wow,
she's
awesome.
International consultant.
Yeah,
great. It's like the Cosby family,
no doubt.
So it was just a neat house to sit in and talk to the family and stuff and the kids and everything. And it was just good because my idea of LA is basically highways.
Yeah,
right. And it's a mess. It was great to actually drive to a neighborhood and see what a neighborhood in LA looks like. And I was able to I remember the house was like near the intersection of Heavenway Drive and what was the other author? It's like they lived in a neighborhood where the authors like
so
the street
it was
names.
Plush.
Yeah,
it was plush.
It was plush. Yes,
Yeah.
it was. But it wasn't like $500,000 homes.
Sure.
It was like what you know what?
Down there,
They probably were $500,000 homes.
Yeah.
Here they'd probably be like $200,000
Sure.
homes. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It was just like an average house.
Weird.
You know. So but it was just cool meeting the family, and I just think Hunter, you know, once he gets some coaching, you know,
Yeah.
and he probably needs to learn he probably needs to get used to taking directions from other adults.
Yeah.
And I think he still has the talent to be a top level pitcher. Now, you can't teach 100 miles an hour with a fastball.
No.
You know.
not at all.
All right, slide into question number 4. What does the Twins pitching rotation look like in the first round of the playoffs?
Wow, you know, that was the other question that made me laugh because my editor was asking me that like a week ago. And I'm like, dude, we got another half a season to go. He was like, do you know half a season means 1 month? I said, I know.
Yeah.
I was trying to
Exactly.
as possible.
That's awesome.
So, you know, right now I would have Kenta Maeda pitch in game 1.
Yeah.
And maybe Randy got Dobnak game 2, which funny is the same thing that happened
Yeah,
last year because
that
Dobnak
scares me.
because I still think I criticize Rocco to this day. Jake Odorizzi should have started one of those 2 games against the Yankees in New York. For some reason, the Twins did not want Odorizzi to start in Yankee Stadium. I don't know what numbers they looked at or what data they saw that scared them off, but to me, trotting Dobnak out was a problem. Of course, in game 1, I thought bringing Stashak out of the bullpen right after Barrios was a mistake as well.
Yeah.
Even though Cody doesn't walk anybody. I gotta give Cody credit. He doesn't walk anybody.
Yeah.
You know, but once a team knows that, like the Yankees, you got guys who are 6'7" with the wingspan of like Joel Embiid. They're going to
Smashing.
They're going to reach out and clobber everything.
Yep.
You know. I thought that was a great Gratterall moment. Put Gratterall out there for the 5th and 6th innings.
Sure.
And then try to win a game in the last 3. But, you know, who am I? But anyway, yeah, I would have probably Dobnak at game 2. And then that would put, who am I missing? Now that threesome. You know, not Hill. Oh, Barrios. Jose Barrios at game 3 right now. Because Jose can't find it. He's got probably more talent than anybody in that rotation. But it's not clicking right now. I thought he found something during the start against the Indians.
Sure.
When he struck out like 4 or 5 in a row. But then, once again, he lost the strike zone again. Something's going on with him.
That's so weird because every year they constantly talk about him changing up his, release or changing up just little things to try to fine tune him. And some games he looks like Jose, and the other games it's just like Wild Thing, like you just can't find it.
And to be honest, every pitcher fine tunes things during the offseason,
Sure.
or maybe tries to find a variation on their pitch or come up with something else because they don't want hitters to catch up with them. So they're trying to stay a step ahead. So it's like anyone who's trying to stay on the top of the game. They're trying to keep people from catching them. I'm curious to see what happens because Michael Pineda becomes eligible on Monday. And he'll be right in the rotation, and we'll see how he is.
It's our trade deadline signing.
I am skeptical because I've covered guys who have taken fat burners before, and they have not been the same after they got busted. So I'm curious to see what version of Michael Pineda is joining the rotation.
Because the fat burners that he took, right, so that's meant to just keep him in shape, or does it also give you that boost as well?
I covered Juan Rincon. Juan Rincon failed a drug test, and he told me I took fat burners, which the Players Association admonished him for telling me that.
Sure.
He said it was fat burners. Well, funny, before he got busted, Juan Rincon could pitch 4 games in 7 days and bounce back. After that, he wasn't the same. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
I want to see what Michael Pineda is doing when he comes back. Maybe he was right. He says his girlfriend wanted him to get on fat burners. Okay. If the girlfriend is putting the foot down, you got to keep the girlfriend or the wife happy. But if he's just saying that because he was taking it for another reason, then that'll be exposed once he comes back.
We are joined with LaVelle E. Neal III, beat writer for the Star Tribune, covering the Minnesota Twins. We got a couple questions left on our end. For anybody tuning in on Twist, NBC, or RTF Sports Network, if you have a question for LaVelle, be sure to type it in. Question number 5 from the Twist fellas. Do you believe Nelson Cruz will hit 30 home runs?
Isn't that crazy? Because what does he got right now?
He's at 11, I believe.
He's got 11. It's been amazing to see what he's doing. It's
crazy.
At 40 years old, he turned 40 on July 1st. And, you're watching what happens when you still have the top-end physical ability as well as the experience and the know-how and the wisdom. And because he's a very cerebral hitter, and he knows how teams are trying to pitch him.
Yep.
And when he gets a pitch, he rarely misses it right now.
Man.
He's on everything. And the one that stood out to me is when, was it Giolito on opening day? He hit a home run off like a split finger fastball that I swear to God started at his neck and was breaking down to his ankles, and he swung down and got it at the bottom end of the strike zone and hit it out of the park. And I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's insane.
He's unbelievable. And, it makes everything, just more, you appreciate everything he is, because he takes his naps before every game.
Yep.
I was going to say that. Kudos to the Twins for building that nap room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the funny part, because they told me basically when they met him for dinner, I think they took him somewhere off of is it Washington? They took him to some of those hoity-toity places.
Sure.
And he was like, "Do you guys have a nap room?" And the Twins like, we do now."
Yeah.
And so they made sure that there was a nap room. And I guess Josh Donaldson was going to use it a little bit too.
Partake.
But it's been fun. It's funny. Like last year, walking into some visiting clubhouses, I remember walking into Cleveland, and I'm coming, "Hey, what's going on? What's going on, guys?" I look over at the sofa, and there's Nelson Cruz under a sheet. And I'm like, "Oh, I got to be quiet now. I can't wake up. I can't wake a sleeping giant,
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So that's him, and I think he's been a great influence on Miguel Sano.
Oh, yeah.
Who, has been a little bit of a wild child in his younger ages, and he's starting to he's just starting to be a little more mature. I mean, I actually saw Sano with a Bible in his hand last year in the clubhouse.
Wow.
But yeah,
That's great.
And I was like, okay, where's this headed? 'Cause
Yeah.
that's not the Sano I know. So he's growing up a little bit, and so you've seen it rub off on Sano's game, and Cruz is not a rah-rah guy. He's not like an emotional leader like Torrey Hunter was.
Sure.
He's more of a mentor. He's the wise man. He's the Yoda in the clubhouse, basically.
Right.
He'll sit there in the corner and people come up and talk to him all the time, and he gives them advice and stuff. So, more power to him, man. At age 40, doing what he's doing, and for $12 million, it's a great buy for the
Steal.
Twins. And they should look into re-signing them for next year.
Oh, yeah.
I think they probably will. And you mentioned kind of a mentor aspect for Sano. I think that's worth the money in itself, trying to, your top prospect. When they brought Donaldson in, it was the same type of thing you heard in spring training. He just wants to leave a mark on this franchise for years after he's gone.
He never had, this is his first multi-year contract, Donaldson. And, he won't say it on the record, but I've talked to him about it. There's bad vibes from him in Oakland, because he finished second or third in MVP voting one year for Oakland, and they bickered over his salary, and they ended up renewing him. And a little history here, but once you get the 3 years and you go to arbitration, so you got years 4, 5, and 6 when you're under arbitration. So you go in. 0 to 3 years.
Okay.
And you're haggling over salaries. All right. And if you reach an impasse at that level of your career, then the club has the right to renew you. Okay? The Twins used to have a policy that if you did not agree on this, $275,000 we're offering,
right,
then we're going to knock another 10% off of it, and then we're just going to renew you. So he got renewed after having a huge year with the A's, and I think that left a bad taste in his mouth that still lingers to today.
Right.
Okay, so for him to finally get a 4-year deal like he is from the Twins, that meant a lot to him. It validates everything he's about and he has been in his career. And so that's why he spoke of leaving a legacy and being a mentor and setting a example for the younger players to follow. That's what he wanted to do. And unfortunately, he's missed a month now with a calf injury, so he hasn't been on the field much.
Man.
Well, good. I'm just noticing, Tevin, are we cut off by LaVelle's water bottle there on our Lunix camera, or is it working good?
I think it's good.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Yeah.
Tevin, are you alive?
Tevin's busy.
Sorry, if we can move the water bottle just a little bit, that'd be great. But otherwise, we're good.
Which way? Because I'm looking on this thing.
He's
here.
got it right there.
Because that
on the
shot,
wall.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Right here.
Yeah.
That's
he
perfect.
he switches it.
There it is.
All right. Well, that's the end of our played ball segment.
Oh.
All right. So let's hit that game music. Let's play a game, Tevin. Huh? All right, Swiss Nation, we're bringing back
That's like
Who
bad 70s porn music.
Am I?
Isn't it great?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. So we are playing Who Am I? So basically, for LaVelle, I'm going to read just different questions, and you are trying to guess Who am I?
And your name is your buzzer.
Your name is your buzzer. So it's LaVelle versus Green Bay Greg versus Benz. And back up there, Cardboard Doge.
Oh, God, he's in here.
So if these three can't get it right, Cardboard Doge gets the point. Question number 1 of Who Am I? I was born and raised in Minneapolis. My parents were musicians. I was involved in sports and theater in high school.
Prince.
Your name's not Greg. Not on this show. You're Green Bay
GBG.
Greg or GBG. But ding, ding, ding. GBG is on the board.
This isn't sports. This could be anything.
Zero. Yeah, that's
So
what I just figured out.
typically down, you're going to get a theme. So the theme has been awoken.
Oh, so it's music.
Or it's
Wow,
people
how
from
did you already
Minneapolis.
get
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis? Other names I went by, Joey Coco.
Or people like Purple.
Yeah, there you go.
Alexander Nevermind. He had some weird names.
That
He was-
wouldn't have
Great
helped me.
theme. Here we go.
Question number 2. I'm the third of my kind. My mom was a drug dealer. I started boxing at age 11. By 12, I was also a drug dealer. I'm from Queens.
Matt. Oh, I don't know.
Greg.
Caleb Truax? Oh, I had to go.
Greg.
Trying to find a theme.
Mike Tyson.
The theme, if you guys weren't complete morons, the first answer was Prince. So you go from
is
a
music.
musician in Prince to boxing. Wow.
It is music.
All right.
Okay.
I'm from Queens. I've sold over 30 million albums. I was shot
Matt.
9 times. Matt.
Curtis Jackson.
Curtis 50 Cent Jackson is correct.
I was about to say that.
You bet.
Benzie on the board.
All right,
1-1
thank God.
tie.
I'm going to get killed in this.
The shot 9 times was the big
Yeah.
one for me.
Yeah. Oh, they get easier.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was born in L.A. Question number 3. My dad founded a retail chain. I was in Cara's Flowers. I'm a heartthrob. I was a coach.
What?
I
Greg.
move like Jagger.
Greg.
Oh,
Adam
he just
Levine.
said it. He just said it. Move like Jagger.
Yep. I told you they get. I was a coach on The Voice.
They get easier.
Yeah, they get
The
easier.
coach thing threw me off.
I didn't think you were going to get it when his dad founded a retail chain. Ding, 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 Adam
Now,
Levine.
if I would have said the lead singer of Maroon 5, would that have counted?
It would have sufficed for
I-
you.
I
would've gave
For
it to
it
ya.
would've-
Okay.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
actually couldn't remember his
If,
last name.
if Greg said that, I would have thrown him out. Question number 4 of Who Am I? We started in Orlando. We've sold over 100 million albums. Lou Pearlman gave us our start.
Greg.
Greg.
The Backstreet Boys.
Ding, ding, ding.
Wow, that's good.
Whatever.
He
Greg.
wants it that way.
I actually knew that one at Orlando.
Greg 3, Ben's 1.
Oh, no.
LaVelle E. Neal not on the board, as well as
LaVelle,
Cardboard
let's go.
Doge.
We got to get him.
Question number 5. My son is a movie star. I started a sports league. I used to be in a huge group. I got attitude. Put my name in a drink to cool it off.
Greg. That would be Ice Cube.
Ding, ding, ding.
God.
Remember what I was talking
His
about
dad
earlier?
was what? His dad was what?
My son is a movie star.
Son is a movie star. Okay.
He played him in NWA.
O'Shea Jackson.
There you go, Mr.
See this guy?
Wikipedia over here. Green Bay
Whatever,
Greg.
Greg.
Question number 6.
Yeah.
Greg is pulling away. We have 13 questions.
Jeez.
My life changed for good as a child. I was often referred as the genius. I'm a 17-time Grammy winner. My music has been remade.
LaVelle. Bob Dylan.
I wear sunglasses. Jamie Foxx played me.
Greg.
Oh,
Ray Charles.
Ray.
Yep.
Greg's running
I keep
away.
thinking in terms of Minnesota.
We're about to get 10 run here.
Question number 7. Green Bay Greg has 5. Benz has 1. Lavo 0. Question number 7. My dad's name was Adonis Reeves. Hey, I had to do this one. Adonis Reeves. At age 12, I shot my brother in the shoulder.
What?
I used to battle with LL Cool J. My wife's in the business.
LaVelle. Kumo D. Damn it.
Dang it. What the heck?
My daughter's name is a color. My
Matt. Kanye West?
net.
Oh, no, it's not.
My net worth is over $1 billion. I've
Can
won
I go again?
22 Grammys. I used to own a team, but now I own an agency.
Matt.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, I can go again. We can go again. Jay-Z.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, it's not a one-pump chump.
This isn't the 4-letter radio station
Let's
here.
go! Yes.
All right, Ben's on the board.
Greg, here I come.
You can't just do it and do it again real quick. You
Oh,
got to
you
give
can't.
somebody a.
Sure.
You
That's
know.
not, yeah, that's
All
pretty
right.
nice. Great alliteration
Yeah.
there.
Question number 8. I was born Reginald Kenneth Dwight.
What a name.
My dad wanted me to be a banker. People call me, just like Twist host Mike, Sir.
Matt.
Greg.
Matt.
Sir Elton John.
Ding, ding, ding.
Here he comes.
Here I come.
Around the corner, Matt
go.
Benz. Question number 9. Benzy's got 3, GBG with 5.
Ooh, here we go.
Question number 9. My children are in music. My favorite colors are black, green, and yellow. I have dreads.
Matt.
LaVelle.
Matt.
Matt was first.
It's Lil Wayne.
Merp.
Bob Marley.
Ding, ding, ding. LaVelle on the board.
There he is.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
A point for LaVelle is a point for me.
My
'cause
children
he's
are in
Elvis.
music. Lil Wayne.
Ziggy Marley. Who
I was
saw,
thinking
who
about
I've
'cause he's
seen
a Green
I
Bay
saw in
fan.
concert.
Little Wayne.
Was that at the zoo?
No. Okay. I try to make this sure as possible.
No, don't worry.
During spring training one year, I'm covering the Twins, and they were playing Baltimore. Wait a minute. They were playing on the east coast of Florida. So I was in the Miami area. And so the Chicago Fire, it was their first year at MLS, and they were playing the Fusion. So I went to the game. So I'm at the game. All of a sudden at halftime, make sure you stay after the game for a concert by Ziggy Marley. I'm like, what? Ziggy Marley's here? I didn't even know. So,
I'll be staying.
and so they let us down on the field, and Ziggy Marley comes out. I got the power to move you. I got the power to groove you. It was outstanding, and
that's
everybody
great.
around me had weed. And I had to stand there getting the secondary contact because people were just pumping away.
That's awesome. Oh.
Oh, well, that
LaVelle
puts
just
LaVelle
burned up.
on the board. So we have
Yes.
Green Bay Greg with 5, Benz with 3, and LaVelle with 1.
Here we go.
He's not.
Oh, I'm not.
Calm down.
Come on, Greg.
Is he a cheater?
I don't have to
All
cheat.
right.
I don't
If-
have to cheat to win here. Greg.
LaVelle can get these last 4 and tie Green Bay Greg, and then
Run the table.
I'll have to be put on the spot. I have 4 studio albums. I typically do my own songs for my movies. I have an open marriage. I'm fresh.
Matt. Will Smith.
Ding, ding, ding.
Let's go. Open marriage.
Man, he's an open marriage guy?
Oh, yeah.
So Jada Smith
Jada?
is?
Yeah. She just
Yeah.
slept with, who'd you just sleep with? August. Yeah. August. How do you say his last name? Alsina.
Augusta. Thank you, Tevin.
Thanks, Tevin.
Tevin is our wonderful producer here at NBC Studios in Northeast Minneapolis.
And he's built like Will Smith.
Isn't he, though?
Yes.
That's his. Those
just
are,
jacked up there.
See the national championships up here, though?
That's all him?
It was the year
What's
after he left.
what's the
But he still got
website here, Tevin?
NBCMulticast.com.
NBCMulticast.com if you want to get in this plush space here in Northeast Minneapolis. Question number 11. Ben's with 4, Green Bay Greg with 5, LaVelle
I
with
should start
1.
playing again.
Oh, here he goes.
God, he's over there in La La, Wisconsin land.
Yeah.
I was born at Grays Harbor Hospital in 1967. I'm in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. My music was grunge. I have overdosed.
Greg.
Greg.
Oh. Oh.
5,
My band was part of the Seattle
3,
music scene.
2, 1. LaVelle.
Yes.
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah! Woo! All right.
Yeah, I like the 5. He counted down.
It was that Grays Harbor Hospital, I think, that gave that one away.
Boxed him up.
Question number 12. All right, you need both of these to win.
Run it.
I was in a boy band. I have a solo career.
Matt.
LaVelle.
Matt.
Justin Timberlake.
Yes.
Let's go!
We have a tie ball game with 1 to go. Damn, this is exciting. You better be ready, fellas. It's a 1-sentence clue.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
I love it. That's all you want. This is the most family friendly we've ever been. So we did this for you.
Question
LaVelle.
number 13 for the win. If LaVelle gets it, we'll
You're
have a
screwed.
tie. They call me the king of pop.
Greg.
LaVelle.
Greg.
Michael Jackson.
Greg for the win. Oh, don't let his age fool you. He's still quick on his feet, folks.
Yeah.
Who am I, champ of episode 37 of Twist? The weekend sports talk is Green Bay
Good
Greg.
for you, Greg. Good
Nice
for you.
Lavo got on the board twice, though. I'm proud of him. Doge, what are you doing?
Doge sleeping.
God, hiding in the greens.
It's all right.
All right, folks. We're doing our fantasy
For someone who didn't even know we're doing music,
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I had to calibrate to this whole thing.
It's
pretty quickly.
interesting. That's how he does it almost every week. Every week we kind of got to figure out.
We had
what
one
the
when
heck's going on.
we were quarantined. It took me and Matt like 3 or 4 tries to figure out he was doing movie actors. Although I do think it's funny again that Mike just had 13 clues. Not one of them was a female.
Box.
Jesus Christ.
And see, after when he did Prince, I'm thinking, okay, is it going to be local? Is it
Right.
gonna be, yeah.
That's what I thought too.
Then you went
I'm
with
thinking,
Dylan.
Johnny
Michael
Lang.
Jackson's
I'm thinking
pretty much a
Johnny
woman.
Lang And,
Yep.
and Bob Dylan.
Yep,
and
you
people
threw
like
out
that,
Bob Dylan. I saw that. I was like, that's clever.
All right, Tevin, it's time for our Twist Fantasy Draft. So I'm going to put the names in the hat. We are going to do our draft. So it's 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a tight end. We will go head-to-head matchups for 10 weeks.
Yep.
The top 2 teams, if there's a tie, it will go by points. I will do it based on our ESPN league for our points
Full
each
PPR.
week. We're not a PPR league.
So we're doing standard.
Standard. It's based on your, mine, and Greg deal.
Yeah.
So we have 4 names in here. We're going to pass this hat down to LaVelle.
Since LaVelle's not in the league, he's going to pick the team.
So this is for the 4th pick.
4th pick. And 5th.
4th and 5th.
Here we go.
Tevin?
Tevin.
Oh, Tevin.
Tevin with the 4th pick. 3rd pick.
GBG.
Woo! 2nd pick.
All right.
All right. One of these 2 here.
Oh, yeah. Benz.
Nope. LaVelle's my guy. He's going to pick you.
Benz.
Ah!
That's all right. I'll take the 2nd pick. That's okay.
All right, Christian McCaffrey's off the board.
Perfect. Patrick Mahomes is off the board.
Wow, with the 2nd overall pick?
Oh, yeah. In a 4-man league, I'm grabbing my guy. Let's
taking-
go, Patty Holmes.
I'm taking Zeke.
There you
Zeke.
go. Zeke.
Tevin with 2 picks.
Uh-oh. All right, here we go.
There he is.
Sorry, we had a little mix up. So we went what? McCaffrey, Patty Mahomes,
And Zeke.
Zeke. You know what? I'm going to go with my boy Dalvin Cook.
Oh, and then you got one more. We're going back down.
Dalvin Cook, and then we're going to go Michael Thomas.
Kick guard, Big Mike.
All right, GBG.
I'm going Lamar.
Lamar Jackson. You would, you piece of garbage.
I'm going to
crap.
go Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
Okay, all right. I like it.
Like that pick. Careful.
I'm going to go with Devontae Adams.
Nice. Good pick.
I would not take that.
You want to swipe me, Greg? You want to swipe me, Greg?
Next.
Is my mic on?
Nope.
Oh.
What happened to it?
Did you flick the switch?
Tevin.
Hello?
There's a switch right on here.
I know, I've been working on it.
Oh, there you
you
go.
are. There you are. You're live.
He's back.
There's a player out there that should be drafted, and I'm waiting to hear his name.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
I'm in 3 leagues, so I've been doing some prep here.
We're swimming in leagues this year, so I think I know who you're talking about. Is a running back?
No.
Okay, good.
Mike, you got.
Yeah, I know. I'm going Saquon Barkley.
I was wondering if you can do that.
The quad.
He dropped off the second half of last year.
Yep, the quad.
I'm going to go Christian McCaffrey and Saquon. You can't really do better than that.
All right.
All right, Benz.
So I am going to go with. Man, I don't want to box myself up like that. Give me Tyreek. I'll go with the combo.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with that combo.
Criminal.
I know. God, box me up. Greg?
Going with D Hop.
Thank you.
Denard.
That DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre.
That DeAndre.
So why'd you get
caliber-
Lamar then?
Well, I wasn't because I'm.
Then you could have.
See my other league. I have Kyler.
Nobody cares.
Nope, nobody cares about fantasy football and what you have on your team.
Yeah.
Exactly.
DeAndre Hopkins in Arizona right now, that's a potentially explosive situation.
For sure.
And yes, you should think about doubling your pleasure if you have the same quarterback and wide receiver combo.
Sure.
Do it every year.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Not here. All right, Tevin, back-to-back picks.
All right. I think we're gonna go quarterback.
Okay.
We might
Because Drew Brees.
reach a little bit.
Because
We're
Drew
going
Brees.
Kyler Murray.
Oh!
K1. K1.
Did you take Michael Thomas?
I did, but I'm not really a huge
he's
Drew
not
Brees
gonna-
guy.
Okay.
And so then we're gonna follow that up. Did anybody take DeAndre Hopkins?
Yeah.
Yep, he just
All right,
went.
I haven't really been listening.
Typical.
What are you doing back there, Tevin?
Then let's see. You know what? Let's go Mike Evans.
Mike
Ooh,
Evans. So
interesting.
for Twist Nation and RTF Sports
I
Network,
just want to warn you guys about Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Tom Brady's leaving a socialist offense in New England. That's all he knows.
Yeah.
So he's going to be spreading it around. I've had Mike Evans before.
Sure.
And I'm nervous about taking him this year just because Brady's used to distributing equally to everyone.
There's so many
No
mouths
one
to
prospers in the Tom Brady offenses.
That's good. I like that take. That's
Yeah.
a hot take.
Yeah.
all right, so goes back down to so for everybody watching and listening on rtfsportsnetwork.com, Twin Cities Network, and twistsportstalk.com, we're going to play 10 weeks. I do have the schedule here. So week 1 is going to be Tevin versus myself, Green Bay Greg versus Benz. And that's all we care about right now.
No one had the guts to take a tight end.
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
We will. They're on the
Not
board.
yet. We got to grab them. So basically, we're drafting a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Yep.
So
No
it's
worries.
it's
No
small,
worries.
just
Yeah.
for the show. When a bye comes up, let's say Benz and I have our quarterbacks on the same bye week.
Did you guys do a baseball draft?
No.
Wish. Next year we'll have you on and we'll do one.
Terrible.
Boom.
But the 2 losers who don't, I suppose we could do 3 losers we're going to do what?
Mustaches.
And?
Oh, we're doing and? That's pretty
No, we already talked about it.
I think they should wear other people's jerseys. Like if
There you go.
if Green Bay Greg loses, he's got to wear that jersey.
Yeah.
You know how hard it was for me to get Mike to even. Mike would when the Packers played the Vikings, I wanted to bet him that we would wear each other's garb for the loser, and the game ended in a frickin' tie.
That game, okay.
And I wouldn't do it anyway. We went to a Friday football feast, and Greg had his what?
I had on my Favre jersey,
And what else?
cheese head, and my green and gold kilt.
Kilt. Yeah.
Drunken Scotties. That's all it is.
No, we're going in the lake, the frozen lake, remember?
Yeah, polar plunge. Yeah,
Polar
charity.
plunge.
Yeah,
That's right.
For
Why not?
charity.
That
So
should-
the losers are. So, Tevin, remember that when you're not listening back there, that if you lose, you're part of this damn bet and you'll be polar plunging.
Yeah.
And growing a mustache.
That's
Can you
fine.
grow
I
a
ain't scared.
mustache?
I cannot grow a mustache, but
You're
I
gonna
can definitely
try.
jump in a lake.
You're going to try. I want to see what Tevin trying to grow a mustache looks like.
That'll be great.
All right, GBG is on the board.
Going Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Good pick. Good
I
pick.
like that. All right, I'm up. I'm going to take Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
Good running back. I like Aaron
I
Jones.
like that.
As much as I hate the Packers, I like
Sure.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah,
All right. Well, I'm going to go George Kittle.
Absolutely.
sure. Why not?
Yep. And since I have quarterback wide open now, we're going to take my last wide receiver and
Allen Robinson.
Oh, ha.
absolutely not. We're going to go Julio Jones.
There you go.
Hey, Allen Robinson caught 1,000 yards worth of passes from a crappy quarterback.
He
Can you
did.
imagine?
Not taking him. I already have a Packer that's bad enough.
Give me Kelsey. So I got 3
Wow.
Chiefs. I am. If
Chief-
they have a bad
Chief
week,
Keef over here.
It's tough.
Did you take Mahomes?
Yeah.
You did Mahomes?
And
I like-
Tyreek Hill.
I like that. Actually, I like that.
The stack. That's
Yeah.
quite the stack.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Greg.
Going Amari Cooper.
Talking to the mic.
Amari Cooper.
Did I turn
there
this
you
on?
go.
There you go.
Amari
There you
Cooper.
Amari Cooper. And your last 2 picks, Tevin.
Who's their quarterback? Is it still?
All right.
Dak.
We're gonna go.
Dak, because he's with Cowboys.
Oh, that's right. I'm
Yep,
sorry. I'm
yep,
thinking
you got
thinking
it.
Raiders.
Yep.
We're gonna go with Mark Andrews, tight end for the Baltimore Ravens.
That's a sneaky good,
Good
pick.
pick.
Sneaky. You better
And
get his
then I
touchdowns.
think the last position I have
Running
is
back.
Running back. Let's go Joe Mixon.
Okay.
Oh, interesting with Joe Exotic.
All right, Greg, your last pick at tight end. Darren Waller.
Oh, I picked him up last year. He was awesome. Actually, there's a lot of good tight ends. Even like on the low end, like guys like T.J. Hawkinson and
Yep.
and the guy with the
Blake Jarwin?
with the Broncos tight
Oh,
end.
Noah Fant.
Yeah, there's guys who are on the come right now. The tight end position is being revolutionized.
All right, Benz, wide receiver to
My
end
wide
it.
receiver is my guy this season, and that is going to be DJ Moore. Carolina getting the ball from Teddy.
That was a horrible
Bridgewater.
pick, and that
Let's
is going to get you in the
go.
lake.
He's on my dynasty.
My quarterback
Love
is going to
that
be.
guy.
It's Trubisky.
Dak.
No, I got to go with my boy,
Phillip Rivers.
Deshaun Watson.
Who the Bears should have drafted us to the.
Yeah, they could have had Mahomes too.
Well, coming out of the draft, I wasn't sure about Mahomes, but I liked Deshaun Watson. In
Oh,
college. And my thing is, John Fox was the head coach the year that draft was made. I would have loved to see what Nagy would have done if he had been in the position that Fox was in.
Yep.
And working with Pace to draft a quarterback. He would have been like, hell no, Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so there's our fantasy teams. My squad: Deshaun Watson, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, Devontae Adams, Julio Jones, and George Kittle. Benzie, Pat Mahomes, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, Tyreek Hill, DJ Moore, Travis Kelce.
Yep.
Green Bay Greg, Lamar Jackson, Ezekiel Elliott, Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins, Amari Cooper, Darren Waller. Tevin, Kyler Murray, Delvin Cook, Joe Mixon, Michael Thomas, Mike Evans, and Mark Andrews.
That's a four-man league.
So again, if somebody
Stacked.
gets hurt, you just go to the free agent wire. You grab somebody.
Yep.
If they're on a buy, if it's an early buy, you drafted them. They're your guy, so they'll kind of slot down. You can't. Christian McCaffrey can't go on a buy and go into the free agent pool.
Right.
So
I have a question.
yeah.
What if someone gets the virus?
Ooh.
So same type thing. It'd be like an injury.
Yeah.
You just
Do you guys have IR?
Yeah, so basically if they're
Okay.
a buy or they get hurt, then you can go to the free agent pool and grab anybody for that week. Or
But you don't
weeks.
lose the rights to the player.
Right,
No.
they still stay
Okay.
on your squad.
these are your
Yep.
teams. Yep.
Good.
Perfect.
But you
There
would
we
just
go.
keep that guy for the 1 week. So
You're free agent.
Yeah.
All right. The other thing, have you guys decided? Because we're having this debate now on one of our leagues. Have you decided what constitutes a full season if the season is abbreviated because of the virus?
So in
Is 10 games a season or 12 or?
Well, this for Twist, we're playing 10 weeks.
right.
So 10 weeks regular season, the championship, so the two best records, and if there's a tie, it goes to points. We'll play a 2-week championship, which is week 11 and week 12.
Yep.
I like that. Actually.
So we're doing a shortened season based off of it's
But
just
in
kind
our
of
other
own.
league that we did, what did we constitute a full season?
We
Do you
did
remember?
not.
We didn't?
No.
Yeah, we just kind of left it up, which
Okay.
that's fine, but
Let's get into some Twist topics, Tevin,
twist
huh?
topics, let's hear it.
Put your hands together for the twist topics of the week.
Now this is like bad 80s television show music, like Battlestar Galactica or
It's
something.
either porn or TV. That's what it's all about.
You can tell I put the stuff together. Twist topic number 1. What are the players trying to accomplish by boycotting games? Anybody can start.
Oh God. What are they trying to accomplish? They're trying to bring awareness. What they're doing is they're doing it the exact wrong way. If you want to bring awareness to something, you get on the court, you get on the field, and you win your game. Therefore, you get the cameras and the media and all the microphones in front of you, and you talk about your issue after the fact. But the problem is that I was telling my dad this when the Bucks didn't show up for the game, is you're not showing up for a game that there's already no fans at. The biggest story in the media at the beginning of March was that the Jazz couldn't come out of the locker room, and you had 15,000 people in the arena.
Yeah.
It became a huge issue. This is an issue if people are involved. So be involved.
And I think what they did do by striking, because it wasn't necessarily a boycott, because they aren't customers, they are producers of it, so it is a strike. That was a strike for that game or whatnot. They were trying to figure out a plan of moving forward. At least that's what I kind of took from it. It's just, who knows? Who knows what you have to do in order for there to be social justice and for it to become a real thing. LaVelle?
I think these athletes are trying to take things to the next level, beyond striking, just to make a statement for the fans, and that is to try to get at the owners in their pocketbooks. So the threat of them not playing games and potentially affecting the revenue that owners can bring in is their way of trying to shake the owners up into backing their causes. Okay. I will say this, though. I think the NBA I think NBA owners actually have been better than some of the other sports owners.
Very
in terms
supportive.
of
Sure.
supporting what the players are saying and doing. So,
Yeah.
and I agree. I think, I was on the Star Tribune did a Zoom call yesterday talking about some of this, and we had executives from the Timberwolves on.
Yeah.
And one of the executives was like, or a former Gopher player was like, you got to follow the money, hit people with the pocketbook. And that's, what Jim Souhan wrote in our paper earlier this week. At the same time, I also think there's something to be said about protesting while you're playing. And having Black Lives Matter on the TV screen every day when an NBA game is played, I think is part of that protest. The WNBA, 5 of the 6 teams wanted to play Thursday night, and the Mystics didn't want to play. But the other 5 were like, look, during the game we're going to do this, and this, and show support for what happened in Kenosha.
Sure.
So I think there's different ways you can voice your opinion and protest what's going on, or something you see that's not right, or social injustice or racial injustice. But there's going to be this surge now in addressing owners and their revenue streams in order to prove a point. So this may have just been the start.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the NBA as far as the bubble and the platform that they have in the bubble right now. I always go back to marketing, and so you have football and you have basketball, and then your lower tiers are baseball and hockey, just because from a marketing standpoint, the players don't have, kind of the equity as those other two sports.
Sure.
I loved Amir Abdullah. I don't know if you guys heard him yesterday kind of address, impassioned, actually had something. But in the NBA, I love LeBron, but he got called out. Udonis Haslem, who's a huge veteran, called him out and said, if we leave the bubble, what are you going to do? And you got to look at some of these players that are in the bubble with them who don't have LeBron money.
Right.
It's like we're trying to make a statement here, but we're going to pull out and affect these players.
He's right, because leaving the bubble would do more harm than good.
Yeah.
Right.
You've got your platform right now.
Exactly.
Everybody sees Black Lives Matter on the court every day.
Yep.
When you watch an NBA game. So I agree with Haslam. First of all, I was not aware that Haslam was still in the league.
Yeah.
And 2, he got to be pushing 40 years old. My God.
Yeah.
But it sounds like he has the respect of people like Nelson Cruz, in that they're going to listen to him, because I guess there was a conference call with someone from. There's a woman from the Players Association talking about revenue streams, and Patrick Beverly called her out, and she said, "Well, let me finish." And he was like, "No, I pay your salary."
Yeah.
And Udonis Haslem was on, and Chris Paul
Paul too,
were on the conference call and went off on Beverly saying, "Do not treat her like that."
Yeah.
And I said, Udonis Haslem's still playing basketball?
Yeah, the OG.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
So it's weird times we're in right now.
Definitely.
I loved hearing Lieber talk about this a few days ago, and he talked about the instant gratification in America, and we know that firsthand.
Sure. Yeah.
But now how it's turned to rage.
Yeah.
And there needs to be this instant gratification of rage when something happens. And my biggest issue with the players continuing to, we're going to strike, okay? This is the epicenter here in Minneapolis for where this started with George Floyd. Mm-hmm. Right. And, we watched a cop kneel on somebody for 8 minutes and kill him.
Right.
And, I've been vocal on this show and expressed my, I was all for it. The rioting and some of that, those are just criminals that are, coming out and trying to take advantage of a situation.
I'm glad you brought that up.
But I try and look at things that happen logically. Mm-hmm. I don't try and react first, especially not on social media. To me, social media is a platform to promote Twist and pictures of my kids.
Yeah.
I don't get political. I just
You don't want to go there. You don't want to go there on Twitter right now.
No, and I'm not. And I know, people are kind of going after you, but to me, just to think logically and factually. So the latest Kenosha shooting, there's just too much we don't know, and too many variables, and a lot of information that's not out. So the instant gratification and the rage from players in America, obviously it's just a horrible situation, and it was something caught on camera again, and I get it adds fuel to the fire, but again, we just don't know enough to make these types of decisions. Where George Floyd, it's like we watched it, and I understand that.
Yeah, and and that African American is troubling for African Americans, because it's incredible how so many of these videos involve African American men getting shot by the police or killed by the police.
Yeah.
Force, and I know the body cameras and other cameras are out everywhere.
Yep.
But it's like the huge majority are involving African American men, and that's what's upsetting the community, and that's why they want change. But I'm going to say this too: in order for us to move forward as a country, it has to be done collaboratively.
Right.
And that means both sides have to come to the middle.
Yep.
And the assholes who are breaking into shops in downtown Minneapolis need to have their asses thrown in jail.
Yeah.
Right.
And that you can. I know the cops have been nervous about engaging people downtown Minneapolis. The last 6 weeks in Minneapolis has been terrible at night. Because kids are burning rubber down the streets. The motorcycle kids are doing burnouts.
Right.
People are smoking weed in parking lots. And the police are afraid to come out and do their jobs. And the shop owners and bar owners are like, can you stop this mess? And they haven't. So it's just been lawlessness going on downtown Minneapolis that came to a head, once this false narrative came out about the cop shot another guy.
Yeah.
Right. So this shit has to stop.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to be able to uphold the law. And so the George Floyd riots, there are three types of people. There are peaceful protesters.
Right.
All right. The second group were the opportunity criminals who latched on and saw an opportunity to get shit for free.
Yep.
All right. And then the third group were the anarchists who came into town looking to create mayhem,
right.
who are professionals who knew how to get in and get out without getting arrested.
Yep.
So the people who were arrested were local people who don't have experience in rioting. All right.
Right.
And we don't want people in our town having experience in rioting. Okay. No. So we have to understand that as we move forward, that there are people out there looking to take advantage of situations, and that's what's going on right now in downtown Minneapolis.
Yep.
And it needs to be stopped. Let cops do their jobs.
Yep.
I have a lot of friends who are cops, so I'm a little biased. And they even admit probably 5% of our force are bad people.
Yeah.
Okay. Can 5% of surgeons be bad? No. Can 5% of airline pilots be bad?
Right.
No.
Chris Rock, yeah.
So the cops need to take care of their shit as well.
Yep.
Police unions need to be they need to be neutered a little bit in terms of the power they have of getting people off. But at the same time, citizens have to give cops a chance to do their jobs and reach out to them as much as you want them to reach out to you.
Yep.
All right? We got to do this shit together.
Yep.
Yeah, and LaVelle, my dad's a retired police chief in a suburb of Milwaukee. My twin brother's a police captain outside of Milwaukee. And my dad was telling me the other day, he goes, the problem that's going to happen with this is you're going to have a lot of passionate people who are kids that grow up that don't want to be cops anymore because they're going to be able to make the same amount of money doing Excel spreadsheets in a computer. And you're going to get a lower quality of cops because of this. And the thing is that you have people that are passionate right now. They're 15-year-old kids that want to do what's right, and they're seeing what's going on. So those are the people that they need to, keep investing in, that are good people from every community, white, black, Asian, Hispanic. Everyone needs to stay in passion and want to do what's best for their community. So you still get the best of the best, and you can then eliminate the bad seeds.
Right.
Because like you said, my dad would be the first to admit, of course there's bad cops. I grew up in Milwaukee where Jeffrey Dahmer was let go by cops and then killed 15 more people.
Right.
So yeah, there are bad cops out there, but the only way to get rid of them is to have more good ones.
Absolutely. And that's what makes me nervous about Minneapolis, because I think we found out in the next 2 years, about 150 Minneapolis police officers will get their 20 years in. And what's going to happen once they get to the 20? Screw this, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
They're going to take retirement. So your police force is going to get younger and less experienced.
Right.
And you can say that you can mold these people into modern police work, which may be a good thing, but at the same time, they're going to be less experienced. And that could be an issue.
I would love to ask your dad, what's one job where you can actually, it's a cop, where you can make a statement and do something. How do you weed out little Timmy who's gotten bullied, his whole life, who when he grows up and he can't do or get back at people by having an Excel spreadsheet or working for Target.
Sure.
He wants to be a cop where he can actually do, maybe take back his will against the society that wronged him. How do you weed those kind of people out, though?
I'll tell you right now, the short answer, and I'm not just saying this because this is the path my twin brother went down, is look to the military first. Sure. Have people serve 4 or 5 years in the military first, where you learn the discipline in the correct way, and then from there you go back to your local community and become an officer or whatever the case is. But I believe it has a lot to do with, kind of recruiting through the military.
Interesting.
That's a great answer, yeah.
Interesting take.
All right, well, let's shake things up here on Twist Topics. Just like twist topic number 2, is it time to shake things up with the 76ers? Are we done trusting the process?
Oh, the process.
It's like, well, okay, no one ever told us how long it would take to actually trust the process, because it's like right when everyone thought, hey, they got it. They got Embiid, they got Simmons, this is it. And all of a sudden it's like, wait a second, maybe we're just not patient enough.
It was over when they didn't take Tatum.
That's true.
Yeah, you take Jason Tatum, and we're trusting it all the way to a ring.
How old is Ben Simmons right now? 23?
23.
Yeah.
All right. The next 3 years, he may learn how to shoot.
Sure.
Okay. I think they're hitting the stop button a little too quickly in Philadelphia.
And that's the thing.
I think Brett Brown, and I hate to say no, so usually in sports, the coach that gets the team, rises the team out of the ashes, usually is not there to see the final steps being taken.
To the labor.
So Brown is in that group right now. But at the same time, I think things are headed in a great direction. And I just think, once again, you're in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly shove. And so I'm sure they feel pressure to try to move things forward as fast as possible.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that team was still maturing and still growing. Embiid is still trying to find out how effective he is as a player. Yep. And, I think the warning signs when they traded Sarge and Covington, I thought it was a great team. I thought there was good chemistry.
Yep.
And they got too amped up about not having outside shooting.
Yep.
And then they brought in Jimmy Butler, who's not necessarily a outside shooter, but they wanted his leadership, and they thought that would work, even though it was after he raised holy hell here.
Right.
So I just think they got a little too anxious about trying to force things instead of let things happen organically.
Well, Brett Brown is out. Who would be the best fit to kind of bring them to the promised land?
So the name that I throw out there is Jay Wright. All right, Villanova's head coach. But does he ever leave that throne?
One of the best dressed coaches in
basketball.
college basketball.
It's crispy. But it's just like he's got that throne in Villanova and just in college basketball in of itself.
Yeah.
He is one of the godlike coaches in college basketball. So I don't see him leaving, but that would be ideal for them. Just a player's coach.
He's not doing it.
No, I think that you got to look experience.
Yeah.
With coaching big names in the playoffs, you go to the same dinner table for Christmas. Grab a Van Gundy. Doesn't matter which one. Go with Stan or Jeff.
Did you say Grabba or Grandma?
Grabba.
Grab a Van Gundy.
Grab a Van Gundy. Bring her in.
Jeff, Stan, I don't care which one. I think either one of them would be
I like GBG's approach on this.
Okay.
I think you would get. I think you got to bring in an established coach, or unless you've got a Phil Jackson as an assistant somewhere, a young Phil Jackson somewhere as an assistant. The college coaches coming to NBA, I don't think the track record's still that great. Yeah. Fred Hoiberg, Tim Floyd with my Bulls, Larry Brown,
Billy Donovan right now.
Larry Brown, Rick Pitino.
Sure.
The list is going on. Even the guy from Michigan who left Michigan to go coach the Cavaliers. What's his name?
The
old guy who I was stunned to hear. He was at West Virginia.
Greg,
because he had Brian Pittsnagel.
Greg.
And it went to Michigan. God, I can see his face.
Yeah, so can I. But he got in a big accident too. I think I remember.
And then
let's see.
That's not Bobby Huggins.
No, not Bob Huggins. No. It's Huggins replaced this guy.
Yeah.
God, I can't remember his name.
I'm looking it up.
So anyway, the college coach going to the NBA bit's not working, and Jay Wright,
John Beilein.
That's right. That's right. As long as a coach in college doesn't mind putting up with recruiting and all the trappings that come with it, you can make $5 million a year being a good college coach.
Yeah.
Yep. Why even try the NBA?
At 50 less games.
No kidding.
Well, I think Ty Lue would be a good fit. My choice is with Imi Udoka.
Yeah. I heard that name before.
So he's an assistant coach with them. The trouble is he has no head coaching experience, but I play a lot of NBA 2K.
Sure.
And I had him as my assistant coach often. So he's young.
I screwed over Tyrone Lue.
Did you?
Yes. I was working at the Kansas City Star when he was a senior in high school. He was a point guard for Raytown, Missouri High School. And we had an all-metro meeting, and my deciding vote kicked him off the first team.
And he's still
just like the unanimous vote for
Jeter, just like the Jeter vote.
Yeah,
I just remember Ty Lue, with the cornrows when he was killing my boy AI in the finals.
Oh, yeah.
That's my memory of Ty Lue. All right, so twist topic number 3, and our last twist topic.
Yeah.
Draft your player and why. So the NBA draft is supposed to be coming up here in October.
Yep.
The Wolves have the first pick, the 17th pick, and the 33rd. So Benz is going to be our Wolves drafter for pick 1.
Yeah.
LaVelle has the Bulls at pick 4. I have the Wolves pick at 17. And, of course, Greg Green Bay Bauman has the Milwaukee Who Gives a Bucks pick at 24.
Deep.
So, Benz,
Yeah, so
you're on the clock.
So this is if we can't trade for a
Booker.
third star.
Oh,
A
you
third
want
star.
Booker.
I'll just say that. So I'm going to go with Anthony Edwards. Edwards spent 1 year at Georgia, had an impressive freshman season, 6'5" guard, led all freshmen in scoring, averaged 19 points per game. I love that aspect of it. I love that D'Lo will be able to dish him the rock, and Cat, of course, but dishing somebody the rock that can shoot the ball and take over a game so the other two don't have to. Young talent. I'll go with them.
All right, Anthony Edwards off the board. LaVelle, you got the Bulls pick at 4.
At 4. So we're passing 2 and 3. So
Yep.
I'm taking it for granted that both LaMelo Ball and James Wiseman are going to be off the board.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And in fact, I hate to say this, I got an infatuation with Europeans coming over to NBA and showing out. Like Luka Doncic, my goodness.
Oh, he's
All right,
so good.
for the Bulls, I'm going to select Dini Avdija, the small forward from Israel.
There he is.
To put on the Chicago Bulls team. This kid's multi-skilled. He's got range on his jumper, and he's young, and he's got skills. And we're seeing more and more that these European players. Oh, I'm sorry. Why don't you tell me to move my microphone?
You're all right.
That these European players are coming over and able to assimilate into the NBA at a rather quick pace.
Yep.
So I'm taking Dini. I know the Bulls probably could use a ball handler to play off of Zach. I want to shoot every shot, Levine.
Yeah.
But I think you got to look for the best player available. And plus, I think there's a drop off after the top 4.
Beautiful. Yeah,
Good.
there definitely is.
All right, so I'm here at 17. So I'm going with we get Anthony Edwards at 17 and we're at 1.
Oh, sure.
And we're going to trade our 17.
Oh, there you go.
A
So
20
now
he
we're
makes
allowed
a
to
move.
trade?
He makes a move.
a
Yeah.
2023 top 5 protected first round and Jarrett Culver for Miles Turner.
Oh, interesting.
Miles Turner.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's on the block and he's coming on over. So if we do
Miles Turner from Indiana?
Yeah.
Big boy.
He was my backup center last year.
So you're going to have him at 5 and move Cat to 4?
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
So if we keep 17, I like Patrick Williams, 6'8", shooting forward. But my biggest one here is 33, Daniel Oturu
Ooh,
out of the
interesting.
Gophers. So he's projected as a late first round, early second round, and the Timberwolves have been reported to be looking at him and potentially targeting him if we move back to the latter part of the first round or in the early second
He's ranked
round.
33rd right now?
I don't know if he's ranked there, but
I saw him on the top 100. He was 28.
okay. So anywhere, in there. So if you move 17 and 33.
Usually those late first round picks go to Europeans because of the the early second round picks are the ones that go to the Europeans.
Because of that year.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay.
But, yeah, bring Daniel Oturu
That's an
on
interesting
over.
pick. I like that. Yeah. Greg?
I think the Bucks are going to take a shooting guard either.
All right,
Josh
let's
Green of
move
Arizona or you go with the Argentinian.
Oh.
Leandro Bolinaro.
Ooh.
That's a jersey
someone-
you'd want.
Someone they're gonna
That's
hide-
not how you pronounce it.
Someone they're going to hire in the G League for 3 years.
Greg, why don't you try that name again? That's not how you pronounce it.
Boranuru.
Is that the 24th overall pick?
Yeah. Bolinaro.
They're projected to get Nico Mannion.
Oh, Nico.
Is he he's the ginger.
Nico.
yeah. Whoever it is, they're going to kite him in the G League for 2 or 3 years.
The freshman from Arizona.
Okay.
Josh Green.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know. I don't remember him at Arizona.
Interesting. Well, I don't remember college basketball. That's how long it's been for me. So.
Do you remember James Wiseman in his 3 games?
Yeah. Right. Man. Well, good.
All right.
Good
well, that was the
topics.
twist topics.
Yeah.
Let's get some headlines. I think we're going to cut out a few things here. I don't want to keep up a bunch of Lavelle's time. Again, if you're just tuning in on rtfsportsnetwork.com or watching us live on Twist, NBC Studios, or RTF, we are here with LaVelle E. Neal III. He's a beat writer for the Star Tribune covering the Minnesota Twins. We are very happy to have him as a celebrity co-host.
Yeah. Celebrity.
Big time.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No
It's a
problem.
good time.
Yeah, it is. So quick headlines here. Thanksgiving weekend start an option for Big Ten football. They are discussing as of right now. What do you got?
What the hell's going on with the Big Ten leadership?
It's called flip-flop.
But
Flip-flop.
Yeah.
if you're going to try to start in Thanksgiving, you might as well try to start in September.
Right,
I know.
exactly.
Why, in college football, by the way, do you know what their outdoor stadiums are going to be like in November or December?
Very
Frozen.
cold.
Yes.
They will be frozen.
They will be frozen.
Yeah.
especially
I will
in
not
this
be there.
region.
They'll be playing at Target Field with it heated.
Well, a lot of these stadiums aren't heated underneath, like
Right.
Camp Randall. I mean, they had to do it for
Like Camp
TCF.
Randall.
They had to do it for TCF because the Vikings were playing there. It wasn't. It
Right.
wasn't heated before that.
Well, the good thing is COVID will die in the freezing cold, so I'm pretty sure you can have
I
fans
heard-
in the
okay,
stands.
Back in March, we thought it was going to die because of the heat. Now it's going to die because of the cold. We can't make a.
We're all over the place with this damn thing. We don't know. We're at the
Yeah.
mercy of the damn virus.
Yeah.
We are. All right, next. Clippers. Doc Rivers says players really looking forward to resuming the playoffs. This is after the Clippers voted to not resume play.
Well, what is he going to say,
Yeah,
really?
exactly. The players met again this past Thursday morning and voted in favor of resuming the playoffs, which start back up tonight, right? Correct?
Correct.
All right. Dolphins trade. Breaking. Dolphins traded Kalen Ballage
Wow, this was
Tight
today,
end?
too.
yesterday to the AFC rivals, the Jets. And he's going to go back to Crazy Eye Adam Gase.
Wow.
Just getting it. So they got in return for him a conditional 2021 7th round pick.
Really?
Fleeced them. All right. Members of the Players Alliance donating MLB salaries to support fight against racial inequality. The Players Alliance, made up of more than 100 black current and former MLB players, announced Thursday that its members will donate their salaries from Thursdays and Fridays games to the organization to support its efforts.
I'm pleased with that. First of all, I'm sad that it's just 100 because
Yeah.
that shows you the lack of African American presence in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
When I started watching baseball in the 70s, it was like 24, 25%. And it hasn't been over 10% in the last 15 years now. I think it's like 8% of players are African American. So, but I'm glad they got together. CeCe Sabathia has been the driving force driving force in getting that group situated. And it's a good sign. As I said yesterday on our roundtable on StarTribune.com, that baseball's come a long way in just a year because we went from Bruce Maxwell taking the knee for the Oakland A's and all hell breaking loose because he did, to now teams across the league all taking knees and making stands here. So it actually, that a few days ago was really powerful to see how teams in all sports all of a sudden just falling in line, right? Because I was at home. I had the Bucks game on.
Yeah.
I was ready to. I was
So did
screwing around
I.
on my computer,
Yep.
waiting for the Bucks game to come on and say the Milwaukee Bucks are not left their locker room. I'm like, okay, what's going on now?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh boy, here we go. But in the next 5 hours, sports teams from across all sports were,
Yeah.
all right, we're not playing. Screw this, So
Unified. It was very
people
unified.
want change,
Yep.
and they want things to get better. And I hope that people see that. And once again, we're not going to get better unless we do it together.
Right.
It's not because we have some guy running the country who doesn't have a collaborative bone in his body.
Sure.
We're going to have to do it ourselves.
Yeah.
Right on.
So
All right, headline of the week. With the MLB trade deadline approaching on Monday, what do you see the Twins doing? Should they stay the course and trust the process or make some deals? Some names on the rumor block are Josh Hader from Milwaukee, Trevor Rosenthal, Kansas City. Both of those are flamethrower relief pitchers. You've got Josh Bell, Dylan Bundy, and our old buddy Lance Lynn.
yeah, I think the land. I don't think it's the landscape is out there that there you could see like an ace pitcher joining the Twin staff.
Sure.
Although I keep hitting this
You're
camera,
good.
I'm sorry. So I think if they could find a power arm to help out the bullpen, I go for that. I think Rosenthal would be great.
Yeah.
But you rarely see interdivisional trades like that. And Rosenthal could come back and bite the Royals in the butt a few times. I mean, yeah, the Twins traded Liriano to the White Sox one year. Okay, it was Liriano like at the bottom of his career.
Right.
So it's possible, but it's highly unlikely.
Yeah.
But if they could swing a deal for Hader, I'm sorry I don't have the standings in front of me. I thought the Brewers are still in contention, at least in the expanded playoff format. I thought the Brewers still had a shot to make the postseason. If I'm the Milwaukee, I wouldn't trade Hader unless you decided that we're definitely out of it and we don't have a shot here.
Here's a trade hypothetical. Royce Lewis, number 1 prospect. Ryan Jeffers, number 6 prospect. And Brent Rooker, number 12 for Hader.
I would say that in order to make a deal like that happen, I think a top prospect has to be on board, but I think that's way too much for Josh Hader. In theory, you want to avoid trading an everyday player for a reliever.
Yeah.
Okay.
People in this town went bananas when the Twins traded Wilson Ramos to
Tampa Bay?
No, to Washington for.
Okay.
Oh, was it Washington for my man, the closer? God, why can't I'm getting old?
That's all right.
Greg feels you.
Yeah.
The old closer. They brought him in to close because John Rouse flamed out as a closer that year, and they traded for.
Oh, I know. I can see him right now.
Yeah, nice guy. God, I can't remember his name. I'm falling
last
apart
name.
now. But they traded Wilson Ramos for Matt Capps.
There it is.
Matt Capps.
Yep.
And fans went bananas because they're like, how do you trade an everyday guy?
Sure.
So you just mentioned trading multiple guys for a reliever.
It was a hypothetical on Twitter.
Yeah,
I printed it off, and
Twitter,
it basically
imagine.
got laughed off of Twitter.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, you want to be on the other end of those deals. Okay, you want to be sending AJ Przinsky to the San Francisco for Francisco Liriano, Booth Bonzer, and Joe Nathan.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to be on the other side of that.
Yeah. Fleece. You want to be doing the fleecing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would not go that route. But getting a hard thrower, because that bullpen is interesting because they've got youth and experience. I had a great line in my story too, and I forgot. I can't remember what I wrote. I just wrote about how they have arms for every occasion and of different savvy. They have power and savvy.
Yep.
Because you got like Sergio Romo and Tyler Clippard, and you got Tyler Duffy and Trevor May who throw a little hard, can get up to 95.
Sure.
And you got Tyler Rogers as a closer.
Yeah.
So I like the diversity of that bullpen.
Yeah.
I just think you can never have enough power arms in the postseason. And the way the Twins are going to do this thing, as much as you want to see your starter go out and pitch 7 innings and turn it over, it looks like they're going to have to hope to lead through 5 or 6 and then turn it over to the bullpen. So you might as well add another power arm to that group. I will say this: Jorge Alcala is the wild card because he's got talent.
Yeah.
The kid is freaking talented. His slider comes in at 91 sometimes.
wow.
That's faster than Sergio Romo's fastball.
Right.
Okay. And he throws. I've seen him hit 99 on the gun.
Wow.
So the talent's there, but for postseason purposes, I would like to add one more power arm if I was.
I like that take.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind Hader going to the Twins. He's just fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And if the Brewers aren't going to make the playoffs, I want to see him in the playoffs.
All right, Greg.
Now-
Thanks for your thoughts.
Have they changed the way they use him? Because remember, he used to bring Hader for like 3 innings, or are they still doing that? I haven't seen that this year.
I think like 2, but I mean, dude's so powerful.
Remember, they would leave after 6, and Hader would pitch the 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not doing that anymore because, now we've been fortunate enough to be able to watch a lot of Brewer games up in this area, and he's been pitching no more than 2 innings.
Who's been fortunate enough?
Okay.
All right, we're going to end the show with our bets of the week.
Yes.
So originally we were going to go to 20, but with the NFL season 15 days away, we're going to go to 10.
Oh, sure.
Because then we'd switch over to NFL pick'ems, and bet of the week will be over. So
Scoreboard.
our records are me with 7 wins and 7 losses in first alone.
Wow.
Matt Benz and Green Bay Greg are tied at 6 and 8. So it's close. It's anybody's game. My lock this week will be the Bucks beating the Magic.
Can't pick up a point
And my
there.
upset is also today the Atlanta Braves beating the Phillies.
That's not that big of an upset.
Plus 115.
Who's pitching?
I don't know.
A nobody. Look it up.
Oh, no. See,
All right,
so
Benz.
my lock.
It doesn't have to be a big upset.
Acuna's back. You saw what he did when he came back? He had like a 495
Bomb.
foot homer.
All right, well,
So good pick.
thanks.
So
Not according to LaVelle.
My lock is going to be Dobnak over the Tigers in the first game.
Okay.
That's a good lock.
I like that lock. And then my upset is going to be the Rockies over the Padres today. I think because
Wow.
it's in Colorado, I will pick them.
Who's pitching? Once again, you got to see who's pitching.
I looked it up, but I'm going to go with it.
All right, Rockies as your upset, Twins
Yeah.
with your lock. GBG
My lock-
has the
Josh
Bucks.
Tomlin versus Zach Eflin.
Love it.
My lock is the Bucks over the Magic,
Love
and
it.
my upset is the Blazers over the Lakers. That's tomorrow.
What's that series? Is that 2-1, 3-1?
3-1.
3-1. That's
Lakers ain't losing.
I think that's where they'll lose.
I
I think
They-
LeBron wants more time in front of a camera.
All right. Tevin, hit that Dima Cash.
There we go. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Please share.
Episode 38.
Wow.
Thank you,
Thanks,
LaVelle E.
LaVelle.
Neal. Thank you, the Star Tribune. The Twins are back today. Sports, baby.
Actually, game just started.
All right, tune in. Episode Meta World Peace in the books.
Twist Nation. We talking sports with a twist, no script. Legends coming through on the guest list. TC, Minnesota, land of the lakes. Boo, Green Bay. That's all I gotta say. Yelling skull with the Wolves, you know we don't play. We get wild every single day. We got our flaws, but we love our Saints. Twist Nation.